Have you ever been in Urushi studio? Oh, now you have an opportunity. It looks pretty different than Japanese studios most of the times, but I think it can be still very interesting. I will show you around. This is the wide shot of my studio, and you notice that it's pretty cluttered, especially around the ceiling. It's mostly because of the cables and lights and cameras I installed for the purpose of shooting YouTube videos. My biggest problem with videos initially, when I started it 5 years ago, was that they disturbed my workflow too much. I had to set up the camera, I had to set up lights, I had to measure everything, shoot some trial material, check it, set up again, make corrections, and then shoot the video, which often came out not as I wanted them to be. It was the reason I made a very long break after we moved here to France with videos on YouTube. But now I think I solved this problem, and you will see the results. Okay, the studio is on mezzanine level. Below us there is a garage, which I converted into a wood workshop, and my lathes are there. But this space here is my cave, my bat cave, because of the mezzanine level. I work here. There are at least 4 or 5 workspaces here. And most of the desks are made by me from pieces mostly from IKEA and some tabletops. I will walk you around workplace by workplace, explaining what's there, what's where. I will start with the place you know best, because I shoot my videos here, but it is also the place where I lacquer most of the time. There is a lot of light here, which I can change color and intensity and the angle from many different sides, which is very helpful not just for videos but also for Urushi work. Here you can see my mixer and my monitor for video, and the cameras. One is here, the other one is here, and the last one is there. I try to keep everything at my hands, so the brushes, all the tools I need, more brushes, drawers with Urushi and other stuff I could need during the lacquering. It must be close and at hand and easily reachable. Behind me there is this shelf, and you know it from my videos, but I haven't shown you that there is a huge storage here with all the supplies I need less frequently. Next, there is a place where I pack the parcels. So all the pens which are to be shipped out are packed here. My 3D printer, my large format photo printer, the fridge which stores Urushi, and one of my Furos there. This space here is for work with aluminum powders, which like to fly around, so I use this chamber to prevent it. And of course my 6 main Furo chambers with different humidities. This desk here is where I work on both videos, as you can see right now, and on pictures I take of the pens I finish and I want to show on my Instagram, and some more storage. The storage, as you will see, is the most important, most frequent part of this studio. Second side, the other side of the same desk I showed you before, is where I do most of sanding. So there is always a few containers with water and sanding supplies. This is the trick with sandpaper, which is known to any pen maker, so pre-cut and sorted into different grids, polishing compounds, polishing blocks, files, tweezers, everything I can need during work. And again, everything is reachable easily from the seat. On the other side, and the only window unfortunately in this space, good for video but not very good for work, there is a laser engraver and another part of storage, mostly for gilding and Raden work here. This drawer is like all the mother of pearl I use. And more here. And then there is a tiny photo studio with some lights, and it shares the same big light I use for video. I just change the direction of it. Another wall of storage. When we moved here, those metal containers were here. I just renovated them and I use them for storage, and I combined them with some IKEA stuff to store boxes and all other things I need. And another place, this time standing, small standing desk I use when I do not need to sit and want to change position. And on the other side, drawers with nibs. And another Furo I use, bigger than the ones I showed you before. I use sometimes for larger pieces, not only pens. That's it, more or less. It's not a huge space, but large enough for me and sometimes for another person who comes to learn what happened several times. And everything I do here, everything about arrangement of this space is dictated by efficiency and comfort of use. But still, I managed to place some video pictures of my pens on the walls, so I take care of visual aspect a little bit too. I hope you liked it, and remember, if you are in the south of France traveling or live around here, please feel invited to my studio. I will show you around. You are guests of Tamenuri Studio. I'm Michael, and see you again soon.